Pressure is exploding across the Formula One paddock ahead of Canada. Mercedes wants to prove its domination is still untouchable. Ferrari arrives desperate for answers after Miami. McLaren smells blood, and the weather could throw the entire weekend into chaos. For the first time ever, Montreal will host a sprint weekend, meaning teams will have almost no time to fix mistakes. One bad setup decision could destroy an entire race weekend before it even begins. All eyes are now on the growing internal battle at Mercedes. Andrea Kimi Antonelli leads the championship with 100 points and arrives in Canada after 3 straight victories in Shanghai, Suzuka and Miami. The 19-year-old has scored a podium in every single race this season. Meanwhile, George Russell suddenly finds himself 20 points behind despite winning the opener in Melbourne. But many inside the paddock believe Miami did not tell the full story. Russell has historically struggled on low-grip surfaces like Miami, which explains why Antonelli looked untouchable there. Canada, however, may completely change the balance again. Russell won this race from pole position last season and knows the Gilles-Villeneuve circuit extremely well. This changes everything. After Miami, many started treating Antonelli as the clear number 1 inside Mercedes, but Canada could reopen the fight immediately. And this is where the situation becomes serious. Mercedes is not even done upgrading the car yet. While McLaren reduced the gap in Miami with the first phase of its development package, the Silver Arrows reportedly saved most of their strongest upgrades for Montreal. McLaren is also bringing new parts, including updates to the floor, chassis, front and rear wings, bodywork, halo and roll hoop. The development war is now entering a dangerous phase where one successful package could completely reshape the championship fight. At the same time, another story is quietly becoming one of the most important on the grid. Alpine shocked rivals in Miami with incredible pace in the midfield battle. Franco Colapinto finished 7th and crossed the line 20 seconds ahead of the next midfield car, while Pierre Gasly lost his race early after contact with Liam Lawson. The timing was no coincidence. Alpine introduced a major update package in Miami and more upgrades are expected in Canada. That's the real issue for rivals like Haas and Aston Martin. Meanwhile, Aston Martin arrives under growing tension and very little optimism. Unlike every other team in Miami, Aston brought no visible upgrades at all. Fernando Alonso practically admitted the situation may not improve for months. Honda and Aston Martin continue trying to solve drivability and vibration problems, but gearbox issues are now becoming more visible. Canada may reveal whether the team has found even the smallest light at the end of the tunnel, or whether the crisis is deeper than expected. And then there is the weather. Montreal has always produced chaos, but this year the threat feels even bigger. Temperatures are expected to stay relatively cold between 15 and 19 degrees, while rain is forecast for Sunday. That could create the first major wet race test for the new 2026 cars. With walls extremely close, limited practice time and unpredictable grip levels, one small mistake could end a driver's weekend instantly. And it may not stop there. Canada now feels less like a normal race and more like a pressure test for the entire grid. Can Antonelli continue his incredible rise? Will Russell strike back? Can Ferrari survive the growing pressure? Will McLaren close the gap further? Or will the rain completely destroy every prediction? Montreal has a history of creating unforgettable moments, and this weekend may add another chapter to that story. What's your take on this situation? Share your opinion below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Formula One updates.